Just tell me when we... Alright.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Durango RSCAR. We are going to be racing here for the championship tonight here for RSCAR. We are currently getting ready to start here with multiple cars here for the championship battle tonight. Including we got Good Square, Jitsu, who's going to fill in for Granator tonight, Bran, Neptune, who's going to be filling in for the Crazy. We have Cross Planets, Phil Almighty, Icky, Rick, Lol Fun Greg, going in subbing for Kim Sim in the 7 tonight. With Taker in the lead, we're green flag here at Durango.
Yeah, and a tense start already. Phil got on 2 tires there. Wow. Going into turn 2. This is everybody is almost a complete stop, and everybody kind of piles up there.
Oh, and Grenader's gonna get into Icky Rick on the turn there.
Yeah, and that's gonna cost him some spots there.
It is gonna cost him some spots.
Ooh, and he spins, clips.
Oh,
wow, he went around. Wow, and he clipped Emergency.
Multiple people overrunning the corners here at Durango.
Still no caution. Grenader back on pace and going good. So yeah, green flag stays out.
Oh, and Icky Rick's gonna go up on top of Taker. That's gonna allow Icky Rick to squeeze by. Taker's gonna fall back to 3rd, maybe 2nd. We're still to a green flag.
Wow, that intense. This lap 2. This is crazy.
Only lap 2 out of 40 here at Durango. This is a championship race, so they're all going to fight for position tonight. Good Square's going to overrun the corner, hit the wall.
Yeah, and more towards the back of the field, Emergency, he's just picking up spots slowly. He's making his way, trying to make his way through the field, but he just passed 2 cars, in one turn. So we see some cars moving and some cars moving the wrong way, going back. And that one of those is the number 12 of Phil Almighty. He seems to have some struggles here at this track. Just continues to lose position.
74 is going to get into the 11, which will hit the 88 out of place. 74 is going to get into multiple cars out there.
He's in the grass. Ooh. It's a tough spot to be here. So, we didn't get to ask, but who's your prediction for this race today? Who do you think is going to be?
I don't know. I feel like last year, Taker did do pretty good. I don't think he finished first, but he is really strong competitor for tonight. But if we look in the lead, I think that's...
Bran.
Is it Bran?
In the lead, yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be Bran out in the lead. I get Bran has a pretty good idea of the track. He's been practicing a lot. But honestly, he might have potential to win this tonight here at Durango.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be up there for sure. He is already setting the pace for the field.
Neptune's going to get into Taker.
Yeah, and we see Bran, he's pulled away quite a bit, and he shows what that fresh air in the front can do. So track position here is going to be vital in this race. So I'm looking forward to see what they can do here. And one person that I've been speaking about, but he just continues to move, is Emergency, or rather Cross Planets in that 18 car. He's slowly making his way through the field.
Yes, he is. He is now currently in 6th position. If we go back up towards the potential front, right in front of Emergency, we're going to see a good battle for about, I think that's 4th or 3rd here. Along with Taker, he's up there just trying to hold 2nd and at least stay up near Bran. But Taker's going to go off the track.
Ooh. Taker just shoots that corner. And you could tell that the Crazies was putting the pressure on Taker, and we saw how he messed up there. So when you start putting pressure on drivers, sometimes they start messing up, and we just saw it right there through the bus stop. what happened to Taker. And I don't know who's faster. I believe Taker is, but the crazies is all over him. He's not giving him no room.
No, he is not giving any room. And Icky Rick in the inside. He's going to come on the outside. He's going to lose a little bit of time. And Neptune's going to go slow out of the corner. Don't know what that was for.
Right, that is Neptune. I'm sorry, I keep saying the crazies, but he's replacing the crazies this race. And Neptune, yeah.
Here they go. This Brand has a big lead out in the front. Unable to get his camera on him. There we go. He's already about a half a track in front of him, just about.
He is, and as we see these second, third, and fourth keep battling, that's just allowing Brand to just keep pulling away, and he's extending that lead, about 4-second lead now, which is a good lead to have here because these cars can close in an instant.
Yes, they can, and we are looking throughout the pack. We can't even find a spot where there's people battling. That's how widespread out they are.
Yeah, and Phil Almighty, he just got past Good Square right now. He's in a little, bump and run, and showing a little aggressiveness. And wow, as I was just looking at Taker right now, and I go away from him, and he just got passed by Icky, and now imagines he was looking to his inside.
He's looking to his inside here. Taker's going to take over the second place position, followed by II Neptune. II Neptune's going to be in the middle of a 3-wide situation. He's going to bounce off Taker. He's going to bounce off Icky. He's going to leg it off in the bus stop. Looks like a little bit, but he's going to keep in it. Icky's going to have to let off. And Taker on the inside. He's going to squeeze him up.
Yeah, and Neptune, he's good through that bus stop. We see Taker has quite a bit of struggles.
And caution flag is out here. Brand with again a sizable lead, just out in front. No one can catch him. But caution's out. Brand does not like that.
Yeah, that's the last thing he wanted to see too. He had a huge lead in front of the leaders. So I'm not sure what that caution was about.
Yeah, Brand's going to hate that caution. It's going to mess up his momentum for this next restart, even the whole race.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Icky's going to hit him going into the corner.
Yeah, not sure what happened to Taker. He's at a full stop right now on the track, and he just got hit from behind really hard.
Looks like Taker is off the track right now. Hood up against the wall. Don't know what's going on now with Taker. He might honestly be out of this race potentially. We don't know.
Yeah, not sure what happened. Getting no reports yet from what's happened with that 11 crew, and he looks like he's back under fire, and he's moving now. Not sure what happened there.
As he's going to be back under fire, as you said. We're going to go look at the field. Looks like it's going to be Brand out in the lead, though, followed by II Neptune and then Icky Rick.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to those TKM cars. So as we see Taker's teammate, Imaginsy, or Cross Planets rather, he was at a full stop too. Going into turn 3, he was stopped right on the apron.
Maybe it was a TKM issue. They could have been making a strategy during that restart, which the drivers did not know about.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there. But they both seem to be under fire and moving.
It's like Brand, everyone's going to hit the pits so far.
Yeah, everyone in the pit road.
No one's going to stay out.
No, except the 18 of Cross Planets. Don't know what his strategy is, but he's decided to stay out. And he will take the lead.
He is going to take the lead here at Durango for the championship tonight. One driver will be our championship winner for this. We are in a tight playoffs right now. Unknown what the playoff statuses are. We can double check on that, but it is a tight playoff for this race.
Yeah, I am checking on it right now as we speak. And those are drivers that we have to be looking out for is Taker, Good Square, Icky, and the Crazies, rather, Neptune that's filled in for him. And those are going to be the guys that are going to go on to Iowa for the championship race. One guy is going to be eliminated here. So those are the guys to watch out for this race. And as this race goes on, we have to keep those guys in mind. You know, those 4 playoff drivers, because those are going to be the ones to watch here.
Certainly, as you said, it's going to be a tight race here at Durango. It looks like we might honestly be going green next time, maybe not.
Maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but Cross Planets has stayed out, and the whole field behind them is on fresh tires, so I don't think this is going to play out to his advantage, but we'll have to see.
Get that nice 18 TKM Trey Carnes Designs Camry that's up in the lead. This could honestly be going good.
Yeah, and it might be going green here this time. Not sure.
As we'll be going green this time.
Yeah, the green flag out, and Imaginsy with a pretty good little gap there, but Brand wasting no time going to his outside. That's a pretty risky spot.
Neptune's gonna give a shun. This is gonna cause all the leaders to gather up in the turn. This is gonna mess it all up.
Yeah, Neptune was a little aggressive there and came
27 and 7 hit the wall, and they're gonna collide together.
Ooh, that's not too good. Ooh, and Neptune's strong through that bus stop.
Neptune is strong, but he's got to deal with these cars that are blocking him from his lead. He's going to try and push Icky out on the outside. Brand's going to make a pass for the lead here at Durango.
And Brand back to that position. We've seen him be super strong here, and Icky sends him into
Brand's
the dirt.
out in the sand.
Wow. Icky being aggressive, wasting no time, taking that lead. He knows how important this position is.
4 wide.
Wow. We don't have to see that here.
It's a drag race out of the last corner. Even though we're on lap 10 out of 40, they are going ham out there.
Yeah, and one person moved from the 6th position was Taker. Moved to the 1st position on that last couple turns. Yeah, he's pretty strong here. Look at him, making a move for the lead.
It's a drag race between the 11 and the 88.
Yeah, and one person that stayed out.
The 11's going to spin.
Ooh,
he's going to flip.
The 11 is upside down. Ooh,
multiple cars flipping and wrecking. The 24, 74, 11, all gonna flip.
Oh no, this is not good. This is gonna hurt the race big time. But this is gonna help one driver in specific, and that is the 18 of Imaginsy. As we see on the here on the board, he's actually fallen to the back. He was in the lead, and he fell straight to the back like a rock. And so this might help him. He might have a chance to pit here and get fresh tires. So this might have worked out for him. Yeah, so what a turn of events. This is crazy. And as we see the 18 going to pit road, is the 11 going to pit? No, they both stay out.
18's in a pit. A lot of people involved in that last wreck. Icky's going to have the lead with Brand right behind him. Again, we talk about Brand. Brand's, again, one of those people that, you know, we were looking at for this race.
Yeah, and oftentimes we don't really speak about Brand. You know, a lot of times in road courses, we might think of him as a mile and a half, you know, super strong in the mile and a half, like Texas or Vegas, but he's showing his strength here at this road course, and he's asserting his dominance upon this field early on, you know, pulling away by 5 seconds, you know, on that first run. So he's one to look out for here. I definitely think he's going to be strong the entire race.
I think the other person to watch out for could be a tie between Good Square, Taker, and Phil Almighty. As you see, Grenadier or Good Square, I'm sorry, gets into the 12 car.
Yeah, and one driver who I know is going to be extremely aggressive is that 88 in the first position. He is racing for a championship, and he's trying to make it to that final 3. So you have to look out for him this entire race because he is not going to let anybody pass him without a battle.
No, he is not. So we're going to watch Icky now. We can get to his camera. This is going to be a good race for Icky. Icky could potentially be on his way to getting a championship tonight. It's a big potential, but he has big shoes to fill if he wants that championship. He's got to fight off multiple drivers tonight for a chance at the championship. And with the road course not pulling any names out of that hat just yet, it could not be a guaranteed win for anyone tonight.
Right, yeah, and like I said before, we have to be watching out for those drivers that are in the playoffs. They're going to be battling as hard as they can to make that final 3, spot in for the championship race. And so they're going to give it all they have. So they're going to be, all those 4 guys are going to be ones to watch out for. Taker, the Crazies, or in this case, Neptune, are replacing him. Icky and Good Square, those are going to be the guys that are going to be battling out to the end. So I look forward to seeing these battles, for the lead.
The other driver we should talk about is potentially Jitsu in the 24, filling in for Grenadier.
Yeah, he had troubles early on in that last caution where he flipped, but don't rule him out. He's still there. He still has a strong car. So we'll just see what he can do with it.
There's a guarantee he will try to get going and get a championship for Grenadier tonight. But it's not a true statement, or is he ready to do it? It's going to take a lot to get that.
And the green flag is out here, once again at Durango.
And as we watch the first corner, we're going to see the 7 get hooked on the 88.
Oh.
24 is going to spin it wide, hit the wall.
Wow. Oh.
And a massive wreck into the first corner.
Wow.
Is yellow going to be out?
And the yellow will.
And the 8's gonna go up on top of the 88, get hit by the 7. Wow, this should be a caution. I don't know what the officials are doing.
And the caution is out now.
Caution's out.
The lights on the track are out. Just the ticker is not yellow yet, but it's
the 88 is now trying to spin. Is that the 81?
Yeah, not sure what that 88 is doing. He's being just quite a bit too aggressive, I believe. He kind of full sending them into corners.
And and the 81's up on 2 wheels.
Wow, not sure what what's going on, but
and it's gonna be a big pack into the lost corners. Who's gonna come out of this alive? The 81's gonna have the inside. The 88's gonna go have the next position. We're gonna see 24 was flipping again.
Yeah, and Brand has moved up to the first position. And the next is replacing Josh Zantek here at his Brand's teammate in the 81 car for JZM. He's in the second position. So yeah, this is pretty intense already. 3 cautions has been called. So I expect this to be continuous cautions being called this race. Very aggressive, and it's without a doubt it's going to be aggressive since we're going into the championship race soon. So this is going to decide who goes in and who doesn't.
Like you said, 3 cautions, multiple flipped cars. We have about 6 flipped cars in this race already, and we're only lap 15. But as you look up front, we can see teammate and teammate is ready to defend for the JZM team. Hopefully they can defend. And the 8's gonna flip.
And that 88 is being quite aggressive here.
And the 74 is gonna flip also.
Yeah, that 88 just clipped the 8 of Bran and flipped him over under pace laps. Not too sure Bran would be too happy with
And
the
we're going to
88
call a red flag situation here at... And it's going to be a red flag.
Red flag is out, yeah. Multiple cars flipped under pace laps, so I understand why they called that red flag out. And now the yellow's been called.
Now they're going to call the yellow flag here at Durango. This is already getting heated. Oh, and the 8's going to hit the pit wall.
Oh, that's not going to help him. He's going to lose multiple positions going into pit road.
That's going to lose multiple positions. Which is now going to leave Nexus out in the lead. This is Nexus's first time here at Durango, I do think. So this could end up with a really good finish if he can hold that position away from Brian Nassa, Jitsu, who is now in third.
Yeah, and not sure what happened in the 74 there. You saw under those caution laps, or yeah, under the caution laps, he spun backwards and he was stopped on the track. Not really sure what happened to him there, but that's definitely not going to help him on this restart. He's going to lose multiple positions, and I'm assuming he's going to be restarting from the back. That might not help him get into that championship race. He's actually one of the contenders, Neptune, replacing the Crazies. So hopefully Neptune can come out clutch and help Crazies advance to that championship race. But as the leaderboard goes, he's to the back. So we'll see what he can do here.
As we look at the end of the field, multiple championship playoff contenders are back here, including Phil Almighty, Taker, Good Square, Icky Rick, and I think also Emergency, aka Cross Planet, is back there. We're gonna be green here at Durango.
Yes, sir. And going into turn 1, and a car flips, and that's Good Square, one championship contender, and he's around. What they call
one championship contender around, which was Good Square.
Yeah, he flipped on his side, but he's back on 4, and he's racing. He's still with the pack, so we stay green here at Durango.
We are currently green here at Durango. This is going to be where a lot of people are going to start full sending it, because there is about almost 20 laps left here at Durango.
Yeah, and one driver that we continuously see being aggressive is that one going for the lead right now, that 88 car of Icky Rick. Wasting no time. He's putting the pressure on Bran, and Bran is turning around and doing the same back. I'm not sure Bran appreciated what he did there. Gave him a little bumper, and so yeah, we see the aggression among these playoff drivers. And I'm curious to know, will there be any spoilers this race? Will Bran be one to spoil the race, or the 24 come out of nowhere and spoil this race? So yeah, the 24 of Jitsu, my bad. But yeah, it's a good battle for that lead. Too wide.
Oh, and a car flips. Looks like that might be
a caution.
Unknown which car that was.
He got it turned around, but caution is out. Yes, sir. Caution is out. This will be a race back to the line. Ooh, see a little aggression from Bran there, and Taker to the inside of Bran. As there is a caution out, there will be a race back to the line, so we're still seeing some battles going on around the track, and this good one for the lead, 3 wide.
3 wide you're talking about. Here they go, Taker, Icky Rick, and it looks like Bran's going to be battling.
Oh,
Bran's going to rub off Icky just a little bit. Taker's going to send it into the corner. Bran's going to go under him. What's going to play out for the last corner?
Yeah, and we see
Icky's going to take the lead.
Yeah, he will, and he will beat Bran to the line.
He will beat Bran to the line. Oh, and Bran's going to take him out.
Ooh,
and Bran's going to get taken out here at Durango.
Ooh. Icky just tried to drive Bran straight into the wall, and yeah, we see a little aggression between Icky in the 88 and Bran in the 8. being super.
Oh! Brian not
Whoa!
happy with the 8.
Whoa!
That's
Just
gonna get some
sent it.
people parked right there.
Oh, and this was a caution to probably restart the race, right?
I think we are gonna do a server reset. Let me check
Yeah,
on this.
for sure. Um, Trey has a tendency to restart the race midway, to restart the server, so to avoid lag. So I'm curious if that was the case here.
I think that was the case there. Oh!
Oh, and Brian Nessa Space has done something here.
We will mute. We will be right back with you guys in a minute. We'll have the music playing in the background, but
All right. Okay. Gotcha. Mhm. Yeah. So thank you, fans, for your patience. We'll soon be back under green here and back under racing conditions. I'm just getting this server all.
Game Boy, give me the flags. Okay, I guess they just came out of nowhere. Alright. Well, I want y'all to give a mid-race recap.
Yeah, so far this first half of this race has been super intense, super aggressive, and you can see these playoff emotions already showing early in this race. It's been intense, man.
it certainly
Definitely.
has, and I can agree to that. A lot of
One
people
driver.
fighting for this championship lead tonight. A lot of championship contenders looking for that trophy tonight for the Reds Appalachia League. But the real question is, who's gonna get it? Who's gonna come off the last corner first? Who's just gonna have it and be able to do it? We have a big race between Brian in the 8 car, Taker in the 11, the 74 of Neptune, the 88 of Icky Rick. And I do believe there was another car, the 24 Jitsu. He was up there at one point.
Yeah, and one driver that we have to bring out is one of those playoff contenders, and that's the 88 of Icky Rick. He's been super aggressive here, but he's consistently been up in the front. He's not afraid to give you the bumper, and he's not afraid to trade some paint, and so that's kind of what we want to see here, in this playoff race, because this is right before the championship race. So whoever comes out here on top is going to decide who goes into the final 3. So I expect to see this exact intensity continue on through the rest of the race.
Yes, and we will see multiple cars have flipped already. We've had about 10 cars that have flipped so far in this 20-lap race. This is going to be whoever comes out on top of this race. It's no guarantees at this point.
Right, and right now it looks like we're going to stay under red flag conditions for the moment, because there is a driver that is currently missing, and so that driver's having some technical problems right now, and will soon be back. So hopefully we can get back under racing soon.
Yes, hopefully we can. We will be here to entertain you guys along with the nice championship music we found. That could be really nice and really intense for tonight. As we said, we have multiple cars battling for the lead tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We will. And now since we're under red, we have time to talk. So who, after this first half that we've seen, who do you have? Have you changed your picks, or who do you still have to win this race?
As of so far, I think we have Brand, who's actually been doing pretty good this race. He actually did pull away like a lot. We also have, Tager, who is a champion of this league. He could potentially change everything here. This could be an all-Taker battle up front, and no one else could really get him. We've also seen Icky up front, so Icky has potential to stay up front. Question is, will he get that last lap? Will he get to run out of the corner? Or could Brand take him over? Well, we've also seen Emergency, aka Cross Planets. He's been able to do it really good. So this could either be really good for either Emergency, or it could be just a solid takeaway for Taker.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I might have to say at this point in the race, my picks are kind of just up in the air. I'm gonna be looking obviously for these playoff drivers, because I know when the race comes down to the end, those are going to be the guys that are going to be battling for the lead. But honestly, I don't know who's going to be in that top position when we come to the checkered flag. It's just been so many lead changes to this point. But one driver that has been up there and is, like I said, not afraid to be aggressive is at 88. So I expect to see him continuously up there. Also the 8 of Brand, like you mentioned, he's been super strong here, very, very strong. And another driver is that 18 of Emergency. He made his way to the front. Unfortunately, had some problems, went back, but I expect to see some changes after this half point in the race. Maybe he can make his way back up to the front. So we'll have to see.
Yes, we will have to see as the race goes on. About halfway to go here at Durango. Again, one of the road courses we don't really see at the, races. We normally do oval tracks, but they're doing it for the championship night. This is one of those intense races that you do not want to mess up on, because if you do mess up, you could potentially lose the whole championship and lose the title for the Reds Apple Ale champion. We also do have an award ceremony coming up soon, I think, for this. Could be wrong, but we will get the driver with a trophy for this race. This is where it's going to be, is a big trophy, well, I think with an apple on it. I could be wrong.
Yeah, and this is a super, super important race. This race is going to be the race that decides who's going to be in the final 3/4 that's going to be running for the championship. So drivers are going to be, driving at their best right now. And and I'm excited to see what this race becomes, what turns out of this race. But I don't know about you, but I'm kind of in that playoff spirit, and I definitely do like this being one of the playoff tracks as a road course, because it I don't know, it throws a little curveball to the drivers, since, like you said, we're not used to driving at these road courses, this one in specific. So drivers are going to have to be on their toes at all time. They're going to have to be focused and giving the best that they have.
Agreed, they will have to be focused, but are they focused enough to win for that championship? It all comes down to about nothing. You just gotta hang in there and hope you have the right position when you come down to it.
Yeah, and this might sound interesting, but it is true. Unlike the normal oval tracks or tri-ovals that we have, fatigue actually starts to kick in here, and consistency is vital here at these tracks. But just unlike the oval tracks, where turn 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 how to brake and braking points, here it's a little bit harder because there's so many other turns, and just being consistent every lap is very hard to do here on these road courses. So it's going to be super important for the drivers to be consistent and not let that fatigue of these long runs get to them, because they'll start after a while messing up, because they'll start getting tired, and it happens. So I expect the drivers to get a little fatigued, but I want to see how they handle that, and if they could continuously stay consistent here.
Agreed, it's going to take a lot of fatigue here and a lot of inconsistencies to realize that you might not have the best line, as we will go, I think, green here in a few minutes.
We will.
I'm going to go talk to the head official. You guys might not be able to hear the music, but it will just be quiet for a moment. So you guys stay tuned, and I will be right here. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We look like we're going green here soon.
Yeah.
So it looks like Icky Rick will have the lead here. Now this is going to be an interesting restart, because like we said, we've seen Icky up front, we've seen Brian up front, so who's going to really come and win this? We have some good drivers up front, we have some bad drivers, or some good drivers up back, but we have some mixed in between. Is that going to stop the good drivers from coming in from the back?
Yeah, we have a lot of drivers that can definitely spoil this race for the playoff contenders, but yeah, coming green this time, Icky Rick is going to be taking the green flag here, and so see what he can do with the lead, and if he could potentially pull away from that 8 car behind him.
Green flag is here at Durango. Looks like we're going to the first turn. Looks like it's going to be somewhat smooth. Maybe. No, the car's going to hit the wall and flip over.
No
Yellow
space.
might be out. I think that was emergency. Hard to see him.
Yeah, and no caution has been called, as the drivers do stay going green, and he stays, within reach of the pack. So no caution will come out this time.
It is.
And Brand.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, yours. I said, and Brand retook that lead, but Icky gave him the bumper going into that turn and kind of set him up, and Brand is going to retake that lead here. So it's been a good little battle in the front between the 88 and the 24, and now the 74 has showed up.
As we watch Emergency, aka Cross Planets, he just came off a win at Texas Motor Speedway in Jackal. Could the fatigue be killing him already? And that's why he's in the back. He could be fatigued from those 100 laps at Texas, and that's what's killing him right now. He said he was potentially going to get a sub driver to do half the race for him, and he would do the other half, but it looks like he's just going to go, oh! And he's going to roll it! Right off the speed hump on the inside. That's going to potentially be a caution.
Maybe. The officials have not called anything yet, so not sure what's going on here.
No, they have not called it. This is interesting, as Brand is in third. Looks like the 74 and the 11 are going to overrun the corner just a little bit. Do mind the lag, as we are having a little bit of lag.
Yeah,
as
we are.
Looks like Taker's still going to have the lead.
Caution is out now.
Caution is now out due to the rollover in turn 1 with Cross Planets.
And this will be a race back to the line.
Again, the fatigue, I think, is setting in for Emergency, aka Cross Planets.
I do agree.
This could be what kills him this race and takes him out of the championship for Red's Apple Ale.
Yeah, and I do agree with you on that statement. it does look like that fatigue is definitely kicking in for that 18 of Emergency, and you can't blame him. He did run a whole race earlier today, and now he's filling in, this race, or he's driving in this race and has no backup driver as he wanted. So it looks like he's gonna have to do this whole race, and we see that fatigue definitely kicking in for him. And so far he's had a hard time here. So I don't know if he's going to make any changes later this race, and if anything's going to change for him, he might just have to, stay running back there in the pack.
Yes, and we're still going to watch Brand here, as Brand's in second for what could be the restart next lap. This is Durango. Anything can happen in one lap.
Seriously. One driver that we were not even talking about, and he came out of nowhere to take that lead, was the 11 of Taker. So, these corners, sometimes you can mess up in this corner, and the driver could easily take advantage. So you have to be perfect every single corner here if you want to keep that lead. And as they go to pit road here,
all the cars going to head down pit road. I think even Emergency is going to do it once he catches up. If he catches up, his best bet would probably be to stay out due to the fact that he is so far behind.
Yeah, and it stinks to see it, but sometimes that happens. The drivers, they get tired on these long races, especially after finishing a race earlier. But we'll have to see what his plan is here, and he does stay out.
He will stay out.
Yes, sir, he does.
And he could potentially get the lead.
If he could beat, it looks like Brand beats him out of pit road, so he might be third.
But the real question is did Jitsu get the penalty for speeding out of pit road?
Not sure. I'm not sure if Emergency's getting the lead here or Brand is. I'm not sure what the officials calling.
I think they're gonna call Emergency out in front.
Yeah, I do believe so also. And Jitsu, maybe he did get a penalty for speeding. He goes to the back, and he seems to stop right before that bus stop. Not sure what happened there.
Jitsu looks like he might be having some issues with this already. Lots of drivers are gonna be losing a lot of fatigue today, which is not good for them.
Yeah, and honestly, this track plagues a lot of drivers. We've continued, and I'm not going to say it's early because we're at the midway point, but at this point in the race, we've seen so many problems with different drivers. It's amazing, and it's going to continue happening. These drivers are racing a long race here on this road course, and a lot of things can happen. We saw early on with the TKM cars that were having problems, and now different drivers among the field are having problems. So we'll see what they could do on this green flag run.
Restart here at Durango, as it looks like Emergency will have the lead, but it looks like Jitsu's gonna... I'm sorry, it's not Jitsu, that is, I think... There is Emergency and Brand out in front. It's looking like it's gonna be a little battle in the back, 3 wide in the back. This could be issues coming into this turn. 24 is gonna hit the wall.
Yeah, and Icky Rick just went up on 2 tires also. He collided with the 24 Jitsu.
As it looks like Brian's going to take the... He's not going to take the bus stop, which is going to bring him back to a TTB. Looks like he got shoved out of the bus stop from my looks, but...
Yeah, not sure if it was his fault. I do believe I saw the same thing. Looked like he got shoved into that corner. But all was good, and still back racing. One driver that I'm going to have to... be honest with you, I feel a little concerned about this race is the 27 of Good Square. He's not really showing that dominance that he has in the past, and he is having a little bit of struggles here, especially being one of those playoff contenders. So making it into the final 3 is going to be difficult.
Yes, as making it into the top 3 is going to be difficult. But as we look, Brand has a sizable, well, not so sizable lead. He did have a sizable lead out in front.
Yeah,
he's
but
been
he
doing
has
really good. Oh, Taker's gonna roll it right off the corner.
Ooh, yeah.
That's gonna cause issues for Icky also.
Yeah, Icky upside. Oh, no, he's good. He is all good, and we'll stay green. But yeah, that definitely caused a lot of issue for Icky, and he lost a lot of position on that.
Taker also lost a lot of positions along with that. He lost about 3, but I think he's going to gain them back right here.
With that move, he just put his nose there and let the other drivers know he was coming, and just passed 3 drivers in one turn. Amazing.
This is going to be an intense battle into this last turn, as there's 4 people trying to go into one tight area. There's even more than that. 24 is going to go ahead and hit the wall, go really wide.
Yeah, and that one driver we keep seeing be super aggressive here is that 88 of Icky. He keeps sending it into the corners, but sometimes that's what you got to do here, you know, to make passes. It's hard to pass here on these tracks, so sometimes you have to be a little aggressive.
I will agree, it is a little hard to pass as we go back and look at Bran. Bran, he's already halfway into the last corner. He's almost about there. He's going through the S turns right now. And they're just entering it. As we were talking about, Bran has a really sizable lead, and we were talking about Bran, how he can, you know, put the gas to the metal, or the pedal to the metal, and he can pull away from the pack, as we were talking about. And yellow flag is out. I'm not sure why.
Not sure why either.
Might be an issue with Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, Lol Fun Greg in the 7 car is upside down. Not sure what's going on with him. And he is going to have issues now. Lots of issues. They might have to red flag this event.
Looks nearly like a little wreck.
As we wait for Lol Fun Greg to get his situation all figured out, they're gonna have to go back into that corner and reset his car over the tires so they can rejoin as they are now. Now he has a whole lap to go catch back up to the leaders, so we might be not going green for a while now.
Before we take this green flag.
As we see, we have Bran in the lead, followed by Taker, followed by, I think that is Phil Almighty. Let me double check just to make sure. We're unable to pull up Phil. Yes, it is Phil Almighty along with II Neptune, and then it looks like Nexus might be the next person up there. Again, really solid top 5 with, you know, a lot of people that are looking for a championship tonight. Almost everyone's going to be taking pits this time except for Manji. I don't know what Manji's strategy is going to be like.
Yeah, for sure. Strategy is going to be a big factor here. As we saw many times, Imagine Z. And here's one thing I want to bring out. I've been watching the drivers and seeing what, you know, fresh tires could do compared to older tires. And one example of that was, you know, continuously good Cross Planet, or Imagine Z, as we know him, had stayed out because of, you know, problems. And he would stay out, and the field would just pass him like nothing. He would just drop like a rock through the field. And he couldn't do anything about it. So we could see those fresher tires, how they grip to the track compared to the older tires, you know. So it's important here. Pitting is super important here. So we're just going to see what strategies some drivers have.
As it looks like they might be calling the red flag here at Durango.
They are. Yes, sir.
Red flag here at Durango. Again, we're about 29 out of 40 laps, just about 10 to go here at Durango. This is going to be a heavy fought 10 laps to go.
I do agree. It's definitely going to be crazy 10 laps to go. As we've seen these last 29 laps, it's been super hectic. Just imagine the last 10.
This is going to be a blood-fought race right here for last race of the season for Red's Apple Ale. And then I think we'll be going to the other leagues, aka Class B, Class C, and Class D. The SK modifies is Class D. Class C will be the Mike's Hard Lemonade trucks. And I think I do forget the name of the Class B. I think it's Trey Carnes Designs ARCA series. As Icky might not have control of his car. Or he will, and he's just trying to get back up to the front. No, Icky is not gonna... Now he does have control of the car. I don't know what that issue was. This could really show some stuff that's going on right here. We could see a lot of people doing a lot of things to get up to the front here. As we will be right back, we're gonna go figure out why we're under red flag conditions by the head official. She'll be right back, folks. Here we go, folks.
Yeah, we're back here in the booth, and yeah. Oh, so earlier you were mentioning about the series that are going to be starting soon. You know, I'm excited about that Class B. Look forward to racing against you, buddy, since we're both going to be competing in there.
We will be competing, and it's going to be a hard-fought race along with stuff like Durango here for championships.
Yeah, and we're just getting a slim taste of what's gonna happen. You know, we're seeing how these drivers and how it's playing out here in this race, and so I'm looking forward to see what happens, you know, in that Class B race. But
they're gonna push it 4 wide into the second turn.
Yeah, they are, and it's super just being really aggressive here on these, you know, soon closing laps. You know, coming down to about 11 to go.
This is Class A at Durango at its finest, and we're gonna see some, you know, battling in these next, you know, 10 laps as they're about to come over the start-finish line in about a few seconds. Now, we talk about a lot of championship races and how they end up. Lots of people try to fight for that position, and it involves some bumping and runs, as we just saw from the 88.
Yeah, and we see that he has not been afraid to do that at all this race. He's been...
Just had a connectivity issue for JFab. I'm sorry about that. And it looks like, oh, a flip on the track. It's going to be Icky, but he's going to save it. We're still going to stay green here. As they're going to hit the bus stop here, but side by side, 2 wide. People going through the grass back there. This could be a TTP or a give up time for them.
Yeah, it might be.
Yo, and emergency, our crossplate's gonna hit that bump and almost go over, but looks like Brain's gonna save him. And a lot of people going into this last corner with, I think it's 9 to go now.
Yeah, it is 9 to go. Yep, 9 to go this time.
9 to go here at Durango, and it's getting heated. Is it gonna get heated enough? As the music starts getting more intense here at Durango, this is where they're going to be battling. It looks like we have a battle for the lead with the 8 and the 11. Taker is going to be on the outside, inside. He's going to clear him. And a car flipped in the back.
Yeah. And that is Jitsu. The 24 of Jitsu flipped coming off that turn. And one thing I have to bring out is watching this race and watching cars practicing here, that turn 3, the banking turn, has been fatal to some drivers. If you just overdrive that corner barely and you clip the wall, you have a high chance of flipping. So you have to be perfect on that turn.
Again, you have to be perfect on that turn. With them coming to the race back situation here at Durango, yellow flag is currently out. We're on lap 33 out of 40. What do you think? Are people going to pit these last few laps just to get them tires, or are they going to potentially stay out, grab them positions, and fight with the old tires?
See, now I'm not going to be for sure because I'm not for sure what's going through the drivers' minds, but there's a high possibility, and I do believe that the drivers are going to be pitting here this time. Reason being is there's going to be not quite a short run. It's going to be a little long run, about 7-8 lap run coming to the finish if it stays green. So I feel like those newer tires would definitely help here. So I do believe a lot of drivers are going to be going into pit road this time.
As they are about to come up to pit road, we're going to see who goes in, who stays out, and what's going to happen here.
So what do you believe? Do you think they'll pit here, or do you think they'll stay out?
I believe most of them, if not all of them, are going to pit due to the fact that, yeah, you want tires coming into this last section. As
and
it looks like they are all going to pit. No,
imagine he stays out. And he's been the one driver that we have consistently seen stay out on these like pit stops during caution.
Could this be a sign of fatigue for the 18? Imagine, as we said earlier, he raced at Texas today at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
He did.
He could be fatigued from racing those 100 laps.
Yeah, and maybe he knows that he might not have the car to maybe go through the field and try to take that lead away. Because we've seen some of the stronger cars this race have been the 8 car, the 11 car of Taker, and the 88 car of Icky. Those have been the contenders that have been staying up there. So maybe he knows he might not have the car. So maybe track position is vital here. So, or it is vital here. So maybe his strategy is maybe staying out and taking that lead and try to lead these final 7 laps coming to the green.
As it looks like we're all going to be gathered back up again. Looks like we might be going... No, we're going to stay yellow. It was green and white for a moment. I don't know if that was an issue with the officials, if they had that by accident, but it is currently yellow flag.
Yeah, maybe we might stay out one more time here under yellow, because it seems like a car has flipped. The 81 of... who is that? The Nexus Wolfen, replacing...
Josh Zentek.
Josh.
But we also have Brian that's flipped.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Brian. That was Brian there. Oh, so both of them, both JZM cars had flipped and had problems. Very interesting. I do believe both JZMs will be starting in the back, maybe? Or will...
I think they will be staying up in their regular positions. As
yeah,
it was a caution when they flipped.
Correct, and okay, this is going to be the last caution lap.
It's
We're
going
gonna
to be
go green this
green
time.
next time. It's 35 out of 40 laps. It's about 6 laps.
Yeah, and when we go green, it's gonna be lap 36, so it's gonna be 5 to go when we hit the line to go green.
As they get ready to go here, Majesty's going to go up front, Taker in second, Brandon third. This is kind of what we've been seeing, except for we thought Icky would be a little further up, and Majesty we didn't really talk about due to his fatigue in this earlier race at Texas for Jackal Racing, aka the ally group for RSCAR.
Yeah, and he was running, most of the time in the back just because he had coming to some problems, and like we keep bringing up that one word, fatigue. He has, shown that this race can be tiring. So and we've seen it by the car that's leading right now. He's just using what he can, to take that lead and maybe get the win. And his strategy is staying out and getting track position. So maybe he can, hold off the 11 or 8 and 88 and maybe come home victorious for the second time today, as he came home earlier victorious in the Texas race.
Yes, as we will be waiting for them to go green as they're going to come out of the last turn here.
Yeah, and listen, don't count that 88 out. He's there. He's in that 4th position, and he's going to make a move if he has to.
As they hit the restart zone here at Durango, it's greens out. Mechi's going to get the jump.
Yeah, and he got the jump he needed, but he takes
a
little
sail
wide
over the
there.
8's hood, or the trunk.
And the 88 is going to take the lead.
This could be an issue coming down into these final turns. Everyone's gathering for positions back there. Icky also exhausted after officiating his race earlier at Texas, so he could be fatigued as also.
Yeah, and this is a grueling track. Takes consistency and being perfect every single lap. So it's very hard on the drivers. And as we see Brand, the new leader here, he's been pretty consistent all day long. Can he complete this, these final 3-4 laps coming to the green, coming to the line? Can he complete these final 4 laps and hold off the rest of the field for the win today and be the spoiler in this playoff race?
As it's 4 to go as they hit the line. It's a pretty spread out pack, but it's going to get really tight down here. A lot of cars going to be with each other. This could be bad. 3 wide as they enter the turn.
And the leader
and
flipped.
And it's going to be a flip. I think that was Taker.
No, that was the 88 of Icky Rick that sent it full sent it into that corner and clipped the 8 of Brand and sent him flipping.
No,
I want to input something. This is gonna come down who's gonna get pit stop and who's not. If you're in the back, I would recommend getting tires and fuel. Good Square's in a good position. He needs that. He'll be able to be one of the leaders. He'll probably make his way up there, as we usually see in Jackal races, because right now he hasn't been doing too hot tonight. Because all he needs to be is that number 74.
Yeah, he does. I do agree with that. So maybe no drivers. Oh, this was the race back to the line. But maybe under this caution lap, like Trey did mention, do expect to see some of those drivers in the back pitting, and definitely help them, because we see how fresh tires do here compared to the older tires.
Definitely.
Yeah, and one other driver is Imaginsity. You saw how he fell like a rock from that lead position once he restarted on older tires. So excited to see what these guys can do here. Seemingly your input?
I think Brain's gonna have a potential to potentially get the lead back, which will be interesting. I hope Brain does get this, because I mean, he has been doing good all race, so I'm hoping for him to at least get a, run out of this and hopefully win this. But we also have a couple contenders out there, like Good Square, as Trey was just talking about. We have Good Square, who has been doing pretty good this season. He is kind of good at road courses. We also got Icky, who is up front also. But we also have the 74 of Neptune, who is filling in for Crazy. So, again, 27 needs to finish in front of the 74, which could be a little hard. But with a lot of the key contenders out back, or in mid-pack as they say, this could be an issue. And a lot of people are going to pit. Not a lot, a couple are going to pit. But they're going to be on fresher tires.
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong. This playoff, picture, and as it goes, is the top 3 drivers that finish highest that are like playoff contenders that move on to the next round. Am I correct?
I think you are correct.
And if that's the case, some of those drivers that are up there are going to be Icky, Good Square, and Taker. Those are going to be guys that we're going to be looking out for this race. And also Neptune. Neptune's running second. He's up there.
Neptune is up there, as we're going to go potentially green next time around. If not, we're going to have about 2 laps to go. Yes, we are going green next time around. 2 laps to go for these drivers. Straight up endurance. Remember, I think we do have 2 attempts at green, white, and checkered.
Yeah, and this is going to be a green, white, checkered this time by, so we're going to see how this plays out for the field and how aggressive these drivers are going to be.
And they're going to get really aggressive as they come down the last few turns to the green flag, which they will see in the starter's hands. This is where it honestly gets intense. You look at yourself in that mirror and you say, do I have the guts to do this? Do I have the endurance to do this? Am I tired from racing earlier, or is fatigue going to kill me in this? Honestly, fatigue will kill some drivers. They hit the restart zone. Green flags here at Durango. 2 laps left. As they head into the first few turns, looks like Icky's going to lead it here up front. And a big pack in the first corner is going to cause delays for most people. And a flip in the corner. That's going to be Brian Nass's space, and I think that's also going to be Lofa and Greg. Caution is out again. I do believe they have one more attempt at this. Next attempt, the field will be frozen when it happens.
Yeah, and I think this will be the last attempt.
As it looks like it's going to be a really hard-fought race for the last few laps here. We keep pushing it up due to the fact that they keep causing wrecks. So when we go back to green, we're going to have 2 laps to go.
We are, and it's going to be another green, white, checkered.
This is going to be our final green, white, and checkered finish here.
Yeah, so whatever happens here happens, and this will be the race call. And the leader is Phil Almighty, which is one driver we haven't spoken about all day at all.
No, we have not, but look right who's behind him. It's going to be the 88 of Icky Rick. It's going to be the 8 of Brantuan, the 74 of II Neptune. And then we got Nexus with Good Square. So like we've been saying, Good Square's been pulling up in the last few laps here. Can he pull it off though?
Yeah, and this is going to help out Taker a lot. Because if the race was called here, the one driver that would be eliminated would have been the 11th Taker. But
most of the cars are going to go in and get fuel and tires. Sorry for cutting you off. Most cars are going to go in and get fuel and tires. 4 are going to be left out on the track. It's going to be 12 of Phil Almighty, the 8 of Brand 87 YT, Good Square, and Cross Planets, aka Imagine seeing the 18. This is going to be intense because they now have old tires in fuel. As they're going to wall ride to conserve some tires. I don't know if that's allowed. That might not be allowed. The green and white lights are out here at Durango. And we might be going green next time around.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy finish. I'm excited to see who comes out on top here.
As we said, we have some key contenders about up front to halfway in the pack. Could they make it to the front though? As we've seen, Amanchi's in 4th, but it doesn't look like fatigue's really hitting him too hard. As they're going to come out of the last corner here, going up to the Durango restart zone, as it looks like Phil Almighty will show them the restart, and green is out here at Durango. Last green and white checkered attempt. Is it going to be a caution filled race? It is a flip! This might be the end of the race! Caution is out! It's whoever makes it back, I do think. It could be Phil Almighty, or it could be Taker, because Taker is coming. We're still showing green lights around the track. They might just finish out this race. They're showing a yellow flag in Sector 1. And here they go, coming out of the last corners. It's 3 wide, near for 3rd. Lots of cars are going to be battling out. Good Square is going to give a shot to Icky Rick. Coming into the last corner. It's yellow flag for the ticker, but green flag for the lights. And it looks like Phil is going to potentially have the restart here. Yellow's out here at Durango.
Gotta go.
Alright. I will be left to announce you guys for the rest of this race. This is where the intensity starts back up here, as the music is going to get a little louder and a little more intense as we come into these last few laps. Hopefully not a wreckfest filled one, but hopefully they end it under green. And they will end it under green, as they're going to bump up the laps now from 44 to 47. They will do another green, white, and yellow, or green, white, and checkered finish here. I'm sorry, green, white, and checkered finish here at Durango. They want to end under green. They don't want to end under caution, but it might go to the fact that they might have to end with a race back, or that someone might be out of the race for good. Coming into the last corner, it looks like Taker now has the lead with Brand right behind him. As we look further in the back, Good Square is mid-pack, along with Emergency just behind him. But a lot of people are the 8 of Brantuan's gonna hit the pit wall. He's done that in this race before. But 12 of Phil Almighty is gonna take the pits. This could be dangerous for him. 1 to go to green.
This is intense.
Oh, I know. This has been
I got
really
butterflies.
intense. How many green, white, and checkers are we gonna do till this race finishes?
Well, here's the rules. The rules is there's only 3 green white checkers. This is the 3rd one. So what's going to happen is if a playoff driver does flip, we'll go another caution, but no one will be able to pit.
Alright, and that's gonna give them a somewhat fair advantage. Here, next one will be our final green, white checker after this one. I do think he just said, as this is gonna get intense, the music is pumping now. And we're gonna watch Brantuan, who's in the front, up in second. Again, Taker in the 11 Tennessee car, I do believe. He has been this champion for this league for a while, but can he be dethroned in tonight's race? We have multiple of racers that are really good out here, including Good Square, Icky, Cross Planets. Sorry, as the camera's not working. Phil Almighty. I Neptune. Lol Fun Greg. And Jitsu, as it's going to be called Red Flag on the track. Folks, if you haven't already, go get your popcorn, because these next few laps are going to be where it gets intensified here at Durango. They're going to red flag the event for now. I think they're going to let them know that, hey, these are your final laps. Make them count. Try not to wreck him. So it looks like we're going to have player issues for someone. Oh, and a car flipped out back. Here is where it's going to get really intense, folks. For the last few laps. As we will resume to green, I think they might be going green this time. Maybe, maybe not. No, it's green flag from what I see. At least the drivers do think it's green flag. I don't think it is. No, it's called the yellow. As we were talking about a multitude of good drivers out here, Jitsu being one of them. Jitsu has been kind of proving his worth out here tonight with it looks like a 3rd place position. Mostly topping probably Grenader. We'll see what he can bring it home for Grenader tonight. As we look up in the front, in second, it's going to be Brantuan along with Taker up in the front. We just talked about how Taker is the champion of this league. Good Square is also the most valuable racer for Jackal, the allied team. Could Good Square get a championship in this league? This would be interesting to see if he can do that. As of now, it's going to be green, potentially next time around. Green next time by here at Durango.
Yeah, and Taker's definitely, this is helping him a lot in this lead position.
Yes, it's going to help him a lot, but there's a lot of drivers that can push him out and get that lead by a bump and run. As they're going to hit the restart zone here at Durango, and green flag is out. We're racing at Durango. 2 laps left. Are they going to wreck? Are they not going to wreck? And a flip in the corner. That might call out the caution. As we're gonna go watch the battle for the lead. Taker and Brantuan out in the lead. Side by side almost. Taker's gonna look like he's gonna get the lead out of that a little bit more. Brantuan's gonna get loose in the bus stop.
Yeah. Taker is holding off Brand there quite a bit.
He is, but the pack is now catching up. This could throw it off for everyone else.
This might go to white flag soon.
This could potentially go to white flag here as it looks like is that Icky and no, it's Emergency is now up in second. Looks like Brand, Emergency, and Taker are gonna battle it out for the lead here, as it looks like White Flag might be out this time around. White Flag is out. And it looks like Emergency's gonna get loose in the first corner, but he might have to slip under. No, he won't. It looks like Brand's gonna try to get Taker maybe in the next corner. And here we go. White Flag is already out. Here at Durango, next couple corners is where it's going to be decided, folks. Could Emergency stick it in there? Could he backstab Taker? Looks like he's going to try, maybe not. They're going to have to work together here. Taker's with a sizable lead. Emergency going wide. He's going to hit the wall. Full sender here, if not, might be Taker. Coming off the final corner, it's gonna be Taker 4-3-2 at Durango.
Championship round. He won last week and he wins this week again. Oh, what a dominant!
A big story for Taker. He's won the race last week at Bristol, won it again. This is gonna be where his career starts or finishes. He might even retire, he might not retire, but this is where Taker is going to be really happy. We'll get some interviews with some people here in a few minutes as soon as they park and get out. But Taker 4-3-2, your winner here in the Tennessee car with Toyota Camry. Hard fought race for him. This is interesting to see him win tonight. He could be another champion.
Oh, and now is definitely going to see him into that championship race and with a dominant performance. Towards the end, on those green light checkers, he was able to pull away, and that was a good showing for the 11 today.
It looks like a lot of people are bummed out that they didn't get that lead. This is where Taker now is happy. Let's go get some interviews with people.
Oh.
Hello. I think we were talking to, yes, we were talking to Crazy and Neptune. Neptune, you were driving the 74 for Crazy tonight. How was that one?
I got the unexpected news about when we're about to start the race, and I was like, oh, I was expecting to drive my 62 car this race, but I guess I was supposed to be filling in for playoff driver, and I knew I had to show I had to win or stay in the playoffs because this man's a wild card, and I really want him to go to the championship.
So, Crazy, you not being able to make it to this race, was that throwing off your momentum for the rest of the season, or is that what's that doing to you right now?
It's not. It was just out of nowhere coincidence that I had to miss out the race today. I had some family issues in real life, but I have to really thank Neptune for getting me to the championship round. I really have to thank him that he drove the wheels off the car tonight.
And Neptune, we saw you in the first couple laps. You got into a couple wrecks. What happened there?
My car, or Crazy's car, we just had some issues and turning. I don't know what was going on, but we figured it out going towards the end of the race, and
Well, that's good to hear that you figured that out, and it's good to hear that Crazy did make it to the championship for this. Do you guys have any final, did you guys have any, enemies out there or people you wanted to battle with to win this?
I mean, I really wanted to battle with Brand today, but he was too fast, so I ended it up just trying my best. I didn't really have any problems with anyone except for Taker 4322. No.
Alright, yes, that was a good
But
race. Go ahead.
Crazy, once you get in that championship round, bro, I really want you to beat Skylar. He's won too many championships, dude.
I'll try my best to not let you down. All right, I'll try my best.
You got this, bro.
I will tell y'all this: the track will be open up all week for practice. I'll be moderating it 24/7. It'll be closed during the nights. It'll be open for certain hours. Oh my god!
You are dumb.
That hurt a lot. Thank you, Neptune and Crazy, for coming into this interview here with us. We will go try and check with other people as we have lightning strikes in the background. I don't know what that's about. Jesus.
Oh no, dude! Crazy weather out here. At least it didn't happen during the race.
At least it didn't happen during the race. True facts.
All right, we'll see, Timley.
Yep. Good
Yeah,
luck.
seemingly.
We'll be right back with some more interviews in a second. Alright, so we're going to be interviewing Kim here first. Kim, while Fun Greg was filling in for you, how did you think he did today for your team?
I mean, I am just thankful that somebody filled my spot. Wasn't expecting it. I wasn't planning on it, so I'm grateful. So, yeah, he did his best, and I'm happy. I don't care where he came in. It's better than nothing.
So we saw that in the beginning of the race and somewhat in the middle, your car was having handling issues. Did you guys figure that out for the end of the race, or what was that about?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I was just spectating everybody so that I could get my perspective on the race. So you'd have to actually talk to him since he was.
All right, and we're gonna head off to interview Taker now. Taker, you're in here. How was the race for your perspective?
Race was an absolute shit show, if you want me to be honest. You know, drivers didn't really take it seriously underneath the caution laps. People were just sitting in the corners. I wasn't guilty of that too. I sent it in a little bit to give a little payback to the drivers who did it to me. But in all honesty, it was just an absolute shit show. Like it all just came down to position at the end and where you were at, and depending on the start, and if you didn't get screwed over in turn 2 going into 3, because that's where everybody would like to brake late and send it in to you, because nobody knew how to use their brakes. But overall, you know, I'm happy with the finish. I'm glad I got first. I really do feel bad for Goodware. I heard what happened to him, and I'm truly sad that he did not get to make it into the playoffs because he got screwed over in my eyes by somebody who thinks, you know, hey, I'm good at a road course. I'm going to brag about it all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Well, sorry to say it, but you just fucked over an actual, you know, wholesome driver that never brags about himself and actually races really clean. So that's in my eyes. I'm going to try to win the championship for him coming in next week at Iowa because Good Square, you know, I'm good friends with him, and he definitely needs to, you know, have that support. Even though it'll be going under my name, it'll be sort of his and mine championship at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Now we also seen again at the beginning of the race, your car was having handling issues. Did you guys fix those when you went into pits, or what was that about?
Really have any handling issues. I mean, people would just come into us and wreck us. I was just trying to get a feel for the track. When I came in the pit, I realized the pit strategy is you're going to need tires. You know, every time you come in, just go ahead and grab tires. You can actually, you know, this track actually doesn't do that much on fuel
Mm-hmm.
because we couldn't get a green flag running. So we would just take tires every stop until I, you know, got about the 700, 800 fuel. Then I would go get fuel again. That way
Mm-hmm.
I was good to go for the next little stints that we had. But overall, I mean, at the end, the racing got a little bit better, but it was still everybody wanted to ramrod each other like a battering ram.
Mm-hmm. Now, at the beginning, I'm sorry, mid to end of the race, was Bran or Icky putting you in a position where you couldn't really do anything, or were they giving you a challenge at all?
Branchwan raced me clean all race. We would sit and have some fun, but Icky, of course, was trying his hardest to get into the championship. I understand that, but he was doing it way too early in the race and was being way too aggressive. So he was putting me in the position where I couldn't do anything. Branchwan wanted to give me room, and he understood going into the bus stop, you had to let a car by. You can't really go too wide into a bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, Branchwan, you know, has a better race sense than Icky, but Icky's just right now in the mindset of championship, which I understand because that's all the playoff drivers are trying to get into. But you gotta have that focus towards the end of the race when it's winding down, and you need to get aggressive, not from lap 1 till lap
Mm-hmm.
48. Get here.
So, is it safe to say that Icky is not going to be on your good side for a while, or are you guys going to become enemies, or are you guys going to just try to make up over and be friends?
I mean, while on the track, he doesn't have my respect, but off the track, he does just because, you know, anything that happens on the track ends on the track the same day, unless, you know, it was an incident that happened between Austin and I at Daytona and every other race. That truly made me not like Austin. But, you know, Icky, I can understand where he's coming from. Everybody's like that.
Mm-hmm.
They just, you know, on the track, I'm going to race him a little bit harder at Iowa just because I didn't like his driving style here tonight.
Right.
But off the track, nothing's going to change between us.
All right, and thank you for coming to do that interview with us, Taker. Congratulations on that win tonight. Hopefully, you can make it to the next round and, do really good and hopefully snatch that championship away from other people. And you were a champion before this, is that correct?
I was last season. That was my second championship in a row. Hopefully, I can go for 3 in a row this year.
Hopefully, you can go for three in a row. Thank you, Taker, for doing this. As we're gonna try to pull Good Square in here and get a interview with him of what happened. Thank you, though.
No problem.
welcome here, Icky. Um, you were racing here at Durango tonight, and you were having a good battle with Taker and Bran up front. What was your perspective on that tonight?
The first half of the race, I was actually attempting to, try hard for once, like Skylar and Brant won. But I used my knowledge of my own parts, my own ability, instead of just chilling out like I did the other races. But halfway through the race, I ended up getting pushed either below or above a corner, sometimes forcing it to be corner cut. So I ended up braking, to lose time to give myself a penalty. And usually by the time I reach start finish line, I would be in the back. So I pretty much just stopped caring overall halfway through the race. But eventually, I actually managed to somehow get back up there through not caring, and you know didn't get eliminated surprisingly. But
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, my teammate Good Square and one of my good friends got eliminated tonight. So it's just something that I can't prevent.
Mm-hmm. And we were seeing kind of in the middle of the race to the beginning, you guys were all having handling issues with taking that banked corner and then rolling it. What was going on with that? Were you guys have like loose setups, or were you
It
guys
was
just hitting the wall too hard? Or
more a technical issue with the track. I'm just gonna say that because yeah,
mm-hmm.
realism exists.
Yeah. And what position did you come in tonight?
I don't care. I don't know.
P6.
All right. Um, do you hope to, you know, if you race for the end, I don't think you would be. Um, do you have any enemies going on the track or off the track or?
I do have one, but other than that, I really have nobody.
I will thank you for that interview, Icky. That was a good interview with you, and we're gonna go talk to someone else now. Thank you, and
Yeah,
congrats on that P6.
yeah. Go talk to somebody else that's more popular than me.
I'm right here.
Alright, we're gonna go talk to Good Square now. Hello, Good Square just left.
I think
He doesn't want an interview.
Well, then we're gonna interview Emergency, and this will be, I think, our final interview for tonight. Hello, Emergency, can you hear us?
Loud and clear.
So you raced at Texas today, and fatigue started to set in for Durango tonight. How did that affect you at Durango tonight?
I don't know. Jack cars don't belong here. Brian should not use this track for RSCAR again, ever again. And even if I got P3, it doesn't matter because this race was absolute crap. And I think we should run at Watkins Glen next season because that's a track that probably everyone would rather have than this crappy track.
Yeah, we were seeing plenty of issues with. I think you hit a bank in the corner and you rolled it. Did that hurt your race, or did that kind of help you a little bit?
Uh, I mean, I don't know. It kind of didn't really help, obviously. I
Hmm.
mean, if you hit a wall, then what are you going to do?
Right. So you came in
So,
P3 tonight. Did you have any enemies out there, or on or off the track for tonight?
no, not really. Just two to go. Guess me and Brandon got into a racing deal, but it's Durango. This track is just honestly god awful. And if I sound salty, I probably am, but I'm not trying to be. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I don't think we should race on this track. And it's just like so many people are.
Question: why don't we interview Nexus next for his first race? He got a top 10.
Anyways,
Hey,
as I was saying, we should not race at Durango next season because there's a lot of bumping and banging. People are gonna corner cut every damn corner, And that's why I think we should race at Watkins Glen, because that's a fast-paced road course. And
Mhm.
also, if you're gonna have guys freaking race at like the end of the season and freaking give him an A class, that, I mean, I understand he's a good driver and all, but I don't think that's how things should work. But P3, it's a good position. Iowa, there's really nothing that we have to win about, because it's not like we're running for the championship anyways. So, yeah.
Mhm. Well, thank you for this interview, Magically. You need to go get some rest, as we talked about before. You did the 125 laps at Texas today, so you are frustrated and exhausted of today.
It was 120 laps, not 145.
Oh, it was 120? I thought it was 125. I'm sorry. Anyway, thank you for the interview. We will go interview, I think, Garnator and Phil for our last two.
All right.
Yep, thank you. So, welcome Nexus to the interview. This is your first championship race, is that correct?
Yeah.
So, coming into this race, were you nervous or did you have high hopes for this race?
I was a little bit nervous.
And, going through the race, did you have any emotions? Did you think you were going to win? Did you think you were going to lose? Did you think you were going to wreck out in the middle, or?
I definitely thought I was gonna wreck for sure, and I did like the first few. Well, not yeah.
Now, coming down to the last final laps, give me thoughts that were in your head.
I could have like gone higher, to be honest, if everybody didn't stop flipping.
Mm-hmm. Now, what did you think of all the flips and all the cautions? Did those help you? Did those hurt you? Did they, what did they do to you?
At the end, it hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
Beginning, I didn't really care about it.
All right. What was your pit strategy in this race? Because we haven't really talked about pit strategies much. We did a little bit here and there, but we also seen that Majesty stayed out a lot more and didn't pit as much.
Well, my teammate told me some advice.
Mm-hmm.
To like pit every until there's like 5 laps left.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did.
And coming down the last laps, were you super nervous? Were you, happy? What was your emotions like?
I was kind of frustrated. Everybody kept shoving me around at the turns. Turn 2.
Now, being that you just did a championship race for, what was it, Josh Zentek, are you ready for what RSCAR brings to the table?
Yes, I am.
I thank you, Nexus, for that interview. Congratulations on your first championship race finish, I would say. Not really a win. But congratulations on finishing tonight, and we wish you luck through the RSCAR season. And hopefully you can pull out a couple wins under your belt.
I hope so too.
Alright, and thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Who are we gonna? Oh, Phil. Welcome, Phil. Is Phil there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, you are super low. Hold on. Oh. Try talking again.
Hello.
You're still a little low for us.
Hello, hello, hello.
Okay, there you go. So, coming into the last, half for the race, you did lead a couple laps. What was your thoughts while you're up front?
I was hoping that everyone behind me would not send it to the turns, and I could just somehow manage to stay up front. I was trying to gamble there and say, hey, no more green white checkers. I swear. And what happened? Another green white checkered. So I had to pit. My tires were fried compared to everyone else at that point, so I knew it would be better if I just pitted that last time and just start in the back, and then hopefully make up some spots towards the end. That's what I did. I did the best I could. I got sent into the last turn before going into that 40-50 mile per hour turn. We'll call it second from the last turn by another driver named Brian, and it was just overall. People I know are just gonna say that race was a shit show, and I agree. Next time I'll just implement some corner cut rules, and hopefully in the future we'll have some better generation cars actually will receive damage, so it'll be more risky for people to just send it in the turn without consequences.
And we were just hearing from the head official of RSCAR that we might be heading to Watkins Glen next year. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree. It's a way better track because stock cars are not meant to be racing at formula tracks. That's a formula track. The turns are way too tight. I shouldn't be going 40 miles per hour through a turn. That is just ridiculous. I really didn't like that track. The NASCAR bank turn, like turn 3, is dangerous as hell. A lot of cars get flipped if they hit that inside too close to that wall. It grabs your car. Overall, that track just needs revamped, or just don't take it out of the schedule.
Yeah, and were all those cautions from those flipped cars over in turn 3 on the bank turn, were those helping you or hurting you during the race?
Well, for the most part, it helped me because, I would say help because I didn't flip, but at the same time, other cars would pile up in front of me, and sometimes I got caught up in that mess. There was a few times I got to dodge it. It just varied. That turn was just very risky. That last turn and that turn, the turn 3 is just oof, big oof.
So, did you have any enemies or non-friendly people on the track that you hated on or off the track?
Going into that race, I was pretty neutral with everyone. I just wanted to race we were so behind schedule at that point. I was just frustrated. I just wanted to get the thing going get the ball rolling. And I would say during the race, I noticed I'd say Neptune was cutting corners just all over the track. Icky, I get there's lag, and I get it, but it's just it gets frustrating when people just blame lag for everything. It gets to a point where it's all right, well, you're messing us up over your lag, and I just get frustrated. So I would say Neptune, Icky, and Brian towards the end there, but that's the only time I had issue with Brian towards the end. Other than that, every race is a new race. I prefer normal oval tracks or speedways, super speedways over road courses like that. Watkins Glen I'd look forward to, maybe Sonoma, but that track was just.
But you're not racing. Are you not? Are you not racing next season?
I'll talk to you on the track for that.
Okay.
All right, and thank you, Phil, for that interview. I'm not sure what position you got, but congrats on that.
P7, thanks.
P7, congrats on P7, and thank you for the interview.
Yeah, no problem, thanks guys for the interview.
All right.
Awful. Officiating on my half, I didn't really see Neptune and everything corner cut. Like whenever someone says they have lag, you should fall for it for next season. If you lag 3 times, you're gonna get TTB. I'm sorry, but if you don't have the right computer for it, then you shouldn't be racing. But the race was awful. It was Durango. We're not going to see Durango ever again on the red circuit. This is not meant for stock cars. We're a Roblox stock car auto racing, not Roblox F1 auto racing. So we're going to be placing it with a better track, possibly Watkins Glen or Sonoma. If not, then Road America. But then there's going to be a lot of changes the next season for A-Class. A-Class is going to be a lot more serious. But with your Championship 3, it's going to be a good race. You can expect to feel and Icky battle it off a lot. Crazy and Skylar. If they're gonna have to get a chance because Skylar is called the king of short tracks, and Iowa is definitely a short track, and so we're gonna see what's gonna happen there. And after that, it's gonna be a wild ride. We might have a bye week, give the drivers a break and get ready and focus, so we can also focus on the Jackal race. But other than that, it's gonna be your top 3. Seed 1, Seed 6, and Seed Wildcard. And that'll be an amazing story if a wildcard position wins the championship.
In the past, Kira and Zach haven't quite connected.
But other than that, any final words for your behalf, Seemly?
I think I'm going to take a little interview with Grenader and see what he thought of his reserve driver for tonight, and then we'll end that off here. Hello, Grenader. Can you hear us up in the air?
He doesn't want to interview.
Well, alright then, folks. I guess that's going to be the end of this race here at Durango. Don't we go to Iowa next week?
Go to Iowa for 200 laps.
That's right, Iowa for 200 laps. That's going to test real endurance of all teams and all drivers. That's going to really put them into the test. But as of right now, I'd like to thank you guys for watching the Durango race here on the RSCAR network. As we are going to end it here, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you at Iowa.